שלום לכל ישראליתים בהרבות כנפות של הארץ, ראשוני בישראל, ארצנו. אני הייתי רוצה לדבר עם המצוות של תורתך. Here it's Zaken Assaf Benami, Crispin Levi from YHUH Israelite, from Pereira Barreto City. I would like to talk with you about the mitzvot, the Torah's commandment, the covenant, eternal covenant. And we stopped in the former study in item number 50. And now let's go to item number 51. An additional sacrifice must be offered on the last great day, shemini, atseret. And I invite you to read with me in the Torah in Numbers, Bemidbar, chapter 29, verse 35 to 40. Let's go there, okay? Bemidbar, Numbers 29. Chapter 29, verse 35 to 40. On the 8th day you have an assembly. You do no servile work, and you shall bring near a burnt offering, an offering made by fire, a sweet fragrance to Yahweh, 1 bull, 1 ram, 7 lambs, a year-old, perfect ones. Their grain offering and their drink offerings for the bull, for the ram, and for the lambs, by their numbers, according to the right ruling. And 1 goat as a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, its grain offering, and its drink offering. These you prepare to Yahweh at your appointed times, besides your votive offerings and your voluntary offering, as your burnt offerings and your grain offering, as your drink offerings and your peace offerings. And Moshe spoke to the children of Israel according to all Yahweh had commanded Moshe. Okay, well, we can see here the importance of observing Yahweh's commandments, like Moshe, ordered in the Torah. Well, it's a mystery when we speak about the Hamoedim, the appointed times of Yahweh. And we can see that at the Pesach, beginning with the Pesach, we can see that it means the meal in the heavens, okay? And in Shavuot, okay, and the feast of ingathering, we can see that it means the delivering of the Torah. And the Yom Teruah, 7th month, not Rosh Hashanah, because the Eternal didn't order that. And there is a feast named Yom Teruah, or Feast of the Trumpets. It means the awakening of the people of Israel in all corners of the earth. And we have the day of Yom Kippur. It means the time when you lose it, the slaves, you forgiven the debts, and all the person, okay, all the person go back to their possessions. And the first day of Sukot, the day of the great gathering, okay, it means the 7th millennium that will pass in this earth. And this now in the shemini atseret, the last great day, it means after the judgment of the 7th millennium, the 8th millennium, and we will have new heavens and new earth. Okay? But let's see one reference. Okay. Let's see one reference in oral law. Bereshit 1:14. Bereshit 1:14. Bereshit 1:14. And Elohim said, "Let lights come to be in the expanse of the heavens, to separate the day from the night, and let them be for signs and appointed times, and for days and years." Then it's a sign of our staying in this earth. Okay? And in YHUH chapter 7, YHUH, one reference, YHUH chapter 7, YHUH chapter 7, verse 37 and 38. And on the last day, the great day of the festival, YHUH stood and cried out, saying, "If anyone thirsts, let him come to me, and let him who believes in me drink. As the scripture said, out of his innermost shall flow rivers of living waters." Okay, well, this last day, it means the day of the judgment, that the living ones will reign with the eternal, okay, we live with the eternal one. But in this 8th day, it's the time of judgment. Time of judgment, because this we blow the trumpets in the day of Yom Teruah for the awakening of the people all over the road. Then there will be two classes of people in this 8th day. The kind ones and the bad ones. Because all those that kept the commandments, they were saved in the beginning of the 7th millennium. Okay. Because that in Revelation chapter 20, the writer says, "Blessed Hachem Asher go in the first resurrection, because there is no power of the death upon them." And it's evidently that if you keep the commandment, you are blessed, you are privileged, and will be resurrected with the Mashiach Yahushua at the beginning of the 7th millennium. But if you didn't keep the commandments, you stayed in religions. Religion doesn't serve for anything. Okay, just for a social case nowadays. But before the eternal one doesn't serve for anything. Just the commandment. Those ones who came out of Yahweh's mouth. Then this additional sacrifice must be offered every day of the feast of on the last great day, shemini atseret. Okay, and then we're going to be delivered to the eternal one as sacrifice. Okay, but many of the people will be burned, will be drowned in the lake of fire. This is the importance of keeping the commandments. Well, let's go to the item number 52. 3 times a year, keep a feast to Yahweh, at the feast of unleavened bread, matsot, at the feast of weeks, shavuot, and at the feast of tabernacles, chag, sukot. Shemot, chapter 23, verse 14 to 17. Shemot. Shemot 23, verses 14 to 17. Three times in the year you are to observe a festival to me. Guard the festival of unleavened bread. 7 days you eat unleavened bread, as I commanded you at the time appointed in the month of Abib. For in it you came out of Mitzrayim, and do not appear before me empty-handed. And the festival of the harvest, the first fruits of your labors, which you have sown in the field. And the festival of the ingathering, at the outgoing of the year, when you have gathered in the fruit of your labors from the field. 3 times in the year, all your males are to appear before the Master Yahweh. Then it's a commandment. We to participate in the feasts of Yahweh, in the Hamoedim, because all the soul, all the person that doesn't participate, he will be out of from the people of Israel, the Israel of the Eternal One, obviously. Then 3 times a year keep a feast to Yahweh, the feast of unleavened bread. We have the Pesach at the 14th of Abib. In the night, we have the 15th of Abib. Okay, and it starts the unleavened bread, 7 days. Okay, and the Shavuot, the feast of the, I explained it before in the former items. Shavuot, and we make the harvest. Okay, it depends the harvest in the Shavuot. When you begins to count the days, okay, and our fathers, okay, waited the last week of the first month, and in the Shabbat they made the harvest, the reap, and after this Shabbat they counted 50 days, and the Shavuot will happen in the 3rd month. It symbolized the delivery of the Torah. Well, in this feast of unleavened bread, we have after the feast of unleavened bread in this month, we had the reap of the barley. And in the shavuot, we have the feast of wheat. In the sukot, we have the feast of the all fruits of the earth, the gathering, the general gathering, the general reap, the general harvest. Because in Apocalypse, Revelation, when YHUH appears with the shekel in your hand, and he says, it is arrived, the time of to reap among the inhabitants of the earth. Okay? Then this feast has been important for us. Okay, let's go to the item number 53. Before we're going to number item 53, let's go in the oral law. Okay. In the times of YHUH, oral law we already read. Okay. In the time of YHUH, this item number 52, Colossians 2:16 to 17. Colossians. Colossians 2. Colossians 2, verse 16 to 17. Let no one therefore judge you in eating or in drinking, or in respect of festival, or a new moon, or Sabbath, which are a shadow of it to come, but the body of the Messiah. Then the Hamoedim, the feast, appointed Hamoedim, it's a shadow of what we're going to make here. Then it's important to notice that, because you are extremely linked to Yahweh by when do we keep this feast? Well, in item number 53, the feast of Yahweh must be kept only at the place Yahweh chooses, at the temple of Yahweh. Devarim 12:5-7. Devarim, Deuteronomy 12:5-7. But seek the place which Yahweh, your Elohim, choose out of all your tribes, to put his name there for his dwelling place, and there you shall enter, and there you shall take your burnt offerings, and your tithes, and the contribution of your hand, and your void offerings, and your voluntary offerings, and the firstlings of your herds, and of your flock. Now let's go to verse number 14. Except in the place which Yahweh chooses, in one of your tribes, there you are to offer your burnt offerings, and there you are to do all that I command you. Well, it's important to notice in these verses 33, okay, that we must take our sacrifice to the place where Yahweh put there his name. Okay. But when we don't have the Ark of the Covenant, we can offer our offerings, our titles, in every place, because Abraham did that at the Mari in Mesopotamia. Okay. And we can see several places where our fathers, okay, gave the tithe, because the problem that if there was the Ark of Covenant in one place, the people must go there. But the Ark of Covenant was disappeared now. And we must remember the commandments of the Eternal One, the Torah, the Covenant. Well, let's see each in the Torah oral law. Is item number 53. Shemot 5. Shemot 5. Shemot 5, 1 to 3. And afterwards Moshe and Aaron went and said to Pharaoh, "This said, O Elohim of Israel, let my people go, so that they keep a festival to me in the wilderness. And Pharaoh said, Who is Yahweh, that I should obey his voice to let Israel go? And I do not know Yahweh, nor I am going to let Israel go. And they said, The Elohim of the Hebrews has met with us. Please let us go 3 days' journey into the wilderness and slaughter to Yahweh or Elohim, lest he fall upon us with pestilence or with the sword. But the sovereign of Mizraim said to them, Moshe and Aaron, why do you take the people from their work? Get back to your burden. And Pharaoh said, See, the people of the land are many now, and you make them cease from their hands. And we can see here that the Eternal One ordered to Moshe and Aaron that they went to Pharaoh and asked him to let his people go to offer a feast to him in the wilderness. Okay. Then, because the feast, the Hamoedins, they point our staying in this earth. We stopped at the number 53. Next study, we're going to the number 54. I hope that the Eternal One open your mind to understand the Torah, because it's very important, because the Torah is our life. Torah is our deliverance. And if you want to get in touch with us, please get into the email assaf.benami@hotmail.com, or by the telephone 018-9132-9504. Yahweh bless you and your family. Chai Elohim shel Yashru, shel Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Baruch, Atai v'ramishpaha gam. Shalom al Israel, Shalom al Shitein Asr matot shel Israel. Am Segul. Lehitraot.